Hello, everybody. Welcome to Masterpiece Show. Tonight, as always, we are going to have a very special guest in our show. It's my pleasure to introduce one of the most inspirational teachers. Yes, Verónica Cantos. Verónica, welcome to Masterpiece Show.
Hello, Marisa. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to spend this time together. We're going to get fun.
Thank you so much, dear Veronica, for accepting this invitation. Well, before we start with this awesome interview, it's time to welcome our sponsors. And here we go. Let's welcome ClassPro. Remember that ClassPro offers you different types of services. If you need advisory for your educational and social projects, ClassPro is the best solution for you. ClassPro offers you training for standardized tests such as KET, PET, APSI, and TOEFL. ClassPro offers you document translations from English to Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and German. ClassPro offers you academic consulting if you need help to develop your thesis or if you want to learn English, linguistics, or apply linguistics. ClassPro is the best option for you. Remember, ClassPro is located in Quito at Centro Comercial Artesanal on the first floor, corridor number 1, store 105. If you want to talk to the CEO of ClassPro, Master Pablo Mejia Maldonado, you can contact him through his cell phone number. ClassPro, the best solutions for your professional and educational projects. Let's welcome Gelwar. Remember that Gelwar is one of the most innovative projects developed by Tech students. Gelwar represented Ecuador at this important event, Whole Prize, and thanks to this, Gelwar became one of the winning team, and now Gelwar is offering you this eco-friendly product. Yes, Gelwar is offering you this eco-friendly diapers. So, if you are interested in knowing a little bit more about Gelwar, I invite you to visit its website www.gelwar.net. And if you need to know a little bit more about this awesome project, or if you are interested in buying this eco-friendly product, you can get more information on Facebook, LinkedIn, on also Twitter and Instagram. Remember, Jaguar, the best eco-friendly diapers for you. And let's welcome Yanapana Project. Remember that Yanapana Project is an awesome project developed by GAR students. And Yanapana Project offers you online Spanish and English tutorials, document translations, academic consulting, and now they are offering this new service, chat rooms. Yes, if you want to practice English and if you want to develop your speaking skills, now you can do it through this new service. And the price of these new chat rooms is very reasonable for you. If you need more information about Yanapana project, you can get it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram. Remember that Yanapana project is recruiting volunteers. If you are interested in working and joining this awesome project, you can get more information at www.yanapanaproject.org. And as I told you at the beginning of this show, tonight we're going to have the opportunity to talk to Verónica Cantos. Verónica is an audiovisual production specialist, and also she is an English language instructor. Tonight we're going to have the chance to talk to her about her experience as a audiovisual production specialist and also her experience as an English instructor. Once again, Veronica, welcome to Masterpiece Show. Veronica, we would like to know a little bit more about your academic background. Can you tell us a little bit more about this, please?
Of course. Well, I have got a main degree at the school. Well, my main career is audiovisual production. Um, I graduated like 5 years ago. I really enjoy my career, but in the last year, my last semester to be exactly, I start doing a new project that was Korean Wave. That was a project that I started with a friend in that time, representing to our institution. We want to develop the clubs in Selex, that it's the language institution at the school, and it was about Korean Korean wave, the Hallyu, and we really enjoyed that project too much, and we start in that way. I think that caught my attention to languages, and also because we start studying some assignments in some subjects in English, and that's why I get involved in this language. And I right now I have been being an English teacher like 5 years ago. So I started studying at Buckingham College. I took the TKT, the Teaching Knowledge Test, and I went to some seminars that Cambridge University Press have developed in Guayaquil and also in Quito, the Better Learning Conference before the pandemic. And I'm really happy with this decision because you can get involved with people and you can develop their abilities in the language. And I have been working in many institutions with young and also teenagers. um last year was was challenging because we have to start uh, virtual classes. Could you believe that was crazy to start teaching in this modality? So um, we start develop ourselves. We start learning about this new methodology and how can we get the students involved in English with Kahoot, quizzes, and many many awesome tools that they have developed, so we can make our classes more dynamic, and get attached them in the classes. um, what I can say? Oh well, would you like me to show some pictures about my projects when I was in university?
Sure, of course. But before doing that, let me send a special greetings to all people who are joining us now. Special greetings to Heidi Saavedra, Armando Quispe. Thank you so much for your nice messages. And well, at the end of this show, we will have the chance to read all your messages. So thank you. Thank you so much for your kind messages. And also, let me send a special greetings to all people who are watching this show around the world. We want to send a special greetings to our GAR students and also our Yachi Tech students who are watching this show in Europe, in Scotland, England, Germany, Italy, and also in Austria, and of course, Spain. Thank you so much for your messages, and thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. And also, we want to send a special greetings to all people who are watching this show in Japan, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, and China. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. And finally, we want to send a special greetings to people who are watching this show in Canada, the USA, Mexico, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, Colombia, Peru, Argentina, Paraguay, Brazil, and of course here in Ecuador. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for being part of Masterpiece Show. All right, so now, my dear Veronica, it's time to share those awesome pictures that I had a chance to check the before check it out before this interview. So you can share your screen now if you want.
Okay.
Well, we have more
So
special greetings. Thank you so much. There you have Relly Leash. Thank you. Well, she's or he's telling us nice things about Veronica. So thank you so much. And remember that if you don't have, if you can't watch this show right now, remember that you can find all our interviews on our official channel. We are as Andivisa Producciones on YouTube and also on Facebook. Thank you so much, Gabriel Montilla de Aguiar. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for your messages, and thank you so much for joining us. Well, we have many people who are watching the show right now. Well, in the meantime, let me see. Okay, we are ready. Okay, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well,
Okay,
when
we have
I
many
was
nice
well, as
pictures.
I told you, when I was in my last year of university, I got the opportunity to work with my friend Gary, and we got fascinated about Korean culture because my university start making some agreements with some institutions, and that's and well, here we are in the studio at the university, and we were making some recordings about these Korean customs. Um, I will show you a little bit as of this. Could you hear?
Okay, we can see now the video. All right, let me zoom it. Oh wow, that looks really attractive. Oh
Yeah, it
great,
was
wow.
really funny because we have to ask for permission to get this lab at our university, and also I have to get this costume, this house handbook, and I was the host here, and I was talking about this delicious Korean food, and this was my first Korean teacher that I really appreciate her. Right now she's in Korea. She's still working as a Korean teacher abroad. And also we get involved with this, and we develop some productions about it. And we have to go to many Korean restaurants that are here in Guayaquil. In Quito, you have more Korean restaurants. And we create all the production, and it's really fascinating because all these K-pop groups, they prepare themselves to join to these competitions, and she's a really good friend of mine. She helped me a lot with this, and also I got the opportunity to work at Católica. Um, my internship was there, and I have some voicing off over there, and I really enjoyed that part of my life, and I still I still do it. Well, because of the pandemic,
Wow.
it's really difficult to get to these places or festivals right now, but well, we will really have fun making this. Had fun this.
Oh wow.
um yeah, and also I would like to tell you something. When I as I told you, my main career is not an English teacher, but I got the opportunity to work in my first institution, and I went to Costa Rica for preparing to the IB, the International Baccalaureate certifications. Um, so I prepared for that in 2017, I think. Yeah, a long time ago, and that was a really good experience that I really appreciate uh, this opportunity. But unfortunately, we my friends, my colleagues, and I weren't able to work as an IV teachers. Could you believe that? That wasn't possible
Wow.
because the principal changed, and there was a new nun, and she didn't want to get involved in this IB project, so the IB project was canceled, and then and then we have to look for another opportunities. um well, if I was working in that place until now. I will have worked until 2022, until this year, because we have to sign a contract. That's important, and I think it's a guarantee that have institutions when you are allowed to study or study the master or get these certifications, or travel abroad. You always have to sign a contract for 5 years or 2 years. That depends, right? It depends about the
Mhm.
institution. But well, I consider that things happen in life. So
Mhm.
that wasn't my opportunity over there, but then I got more opportunities after that. Then I got my TKT Model 1, 2, and 3 that allow me to start uh, continue being an English teacher in some institutions. Um, and also English institutions. um well, and also I I was a computer science teacher because of my
Wow.
degree. Yeah, they also sometimes see my CV, my resume, and they say, oh, she's good for computer science. For design, well, she's going to be computer English teacher. So
Wow.
I got the opportunity to work with the T box platform in that institution. That is something that I haven't heard, or when we were young, we didn't have these opportunities that kids nowadays they have to take advantage of. Uh, they used to call me the Miss Hacker. Miss Hacker, they call me my really dear students
Wow, they
in
are
that
very
time.
original.
Yeah, I was my nick was awesome, Miss Hacker. Imagine that. Because they believe that I can hacker their computers or cell phones, so they were afraid of me. Because
Oh, wow.
well, that was easy to find, and also my boyfriend support me with this program Bichon. We installed the Bichon program in all the computers, and that was easy to control them. So that's why they think I can control it. Also, you can use TeamViewer to control them, but Bichon was more effective because you can block the computers and send messages to them or see what they were doing in the computers. And that's why they were afraid of me. Well, they respect me.
Wow. What an
Yeah.
original nickname. Wow. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Well, my dear Veronica, before we continue with our next section, we have here two questions that our fans sent us through our WhatsApp group. And the first question is, Veronica, how do you see education with this new methodology? It means with virtual classes. What do you think about this new methodology of teaching?
Well, many people,
Mhm.
parents or teachers, I have heard that they think that virtual education is not worth it because they got distracted. You can control them, or you can get make them involved in your classes. But the thing is that I consider, and through my experience the last year in this pandemic, that you always can find a way that your students get involved in your classes. It's your
Mhm.
you have to become the host. You have to make them feel comfortable with the language and feel comfortable with you also, and send them as much mm, as games as you can use, because that was a funny thing. That my experience the last year was really valuable for me, because we can get involved with this new methodology. At the beginning, I have no idea about Wordwall or Life Worksheet or Kahoot or quizzes, but if you are a teacher, you have to update yourself always in this career. And so I have to start studying, well, not studying, sharing with some colleagues share information about how this is going to work. And do you use this program? Yes, I use this. I'm not into this program. Oh well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to help you. And you receive, if you ask, you receive support and help for people around you, because it was new for everyone. The was a huge impact in our life.
Mhm.
And well, most of the teachers that had a hard times in this virtual virtual education era is
Mhm.
that they, well, they are in the 60s or 50 years old, and they were afraid of trying new things. But you have to push them. You have to talk to them, and you can also learn from your partners, from your colleagues, and share things that you have used in your class that are going to work in the classes. And that's why we get involved with all these virtual platforms, games, and I got fascinated with quizzes. I bought the lessons. um and my students, they love it. And also they love it because they there is a function that you can use your voice, and I start recording my own voice in these contests or games. And they love it. But sometimes doesn't work in the tablets, because some of them study in the tablets, so I have to write it, and also my voice, so they can use both ability, both skills. Also with Warwall, they are really interesting. And also it helps you and enhance how teachers can um, can grade all these assignments. Because if you have many, sometimes, well, most of cases, teacher have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 10 courses. That's reality here,
Yeah.
because
Yes, that's
they
right.
sometimes you are overloaded, you're stressed with many courses. But in my institution right now, I'm really glad and happy to say that I just have 2 courses, and I really love that this opportunity. It's awesome because I don't have more than 45 students, and which is incredible, because you can learn from each other. You know all the skills of your students, um, and that helps you to make them develop their skills. Most of some of them are kinesthetic, some of them are visual, some of them are, well, uh, ki- um, they prefer reading or writing abilities. And then you know how to make them get involved in your classes. Mhm.
Yes,
And
that's right.
in my opinion, virtual education has made a big impact in our life. And we're going to still working with virtual or hybrid or blended classes, because we are not we don't know when this pandemic is going to be over. So we have to have these two modalities to in classes. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Well, we have our second question for you, and well, our fans are asking, Miss Veronica, if you could choose only one type of education, which would you choose? Virtual education or online education or face-to-face classes or education?
I I was in love about virtual education. Well, face to face education, obviously is a method that we have we learn through this method. But virtual classes, well, it depends. If you have a small classes, um, and you can make them like small classes like 10 and sometimes 25, it's better, and you can control them better. Because what happens now, there are many, well, I know the situation in our country. Many institutions or high schools, they don't have the internet or the connections. They can connect, and that's a problem in rural areas, in the countryside. um yeah, that's a big problem. but
Okay.
but with the virtual education, they're able to use more tools.
Mhm.
um and in these days, most of the kids or young teenagers, they get involved in audiovisuals, through videos, through songs. Last day, we were in a seminar that they used these tools that we're really excited about. how they can use these tools that, well, they in my when I was a student, I wasn't able to get all these tools that I wish I could learn through this.
Okay, perfect. Very good. Thank you so much for your answer, Veronica. And before we continue with our next section, we have a question from one of the viewers, and he or she is asking, Miss, which advice could you give us if we want to be the best of the best, like no one ever was? So probably he or she means that which advice could you give him or her to be the best of the class, maybe, or to develop his or her English skills. What
Hmm.
could be the advice for him or for her?
You have to get involved in the language. You really
Mhm.
have to watch as many as possible you can about movies or documentaries, things with subtitles. At the beginning is hard because at the beginning you think you have like a shield in your brain and you can recognize most of the words. You're not going to recognize them, most of the grammar structure, and you're going to be afraid of those things. But you have to be confident about your skills, about if you practice day by day a little bit, at least 1 hour, you're going to get it. Practice make the master.
That's right. Very good. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, practice is very important. Yes, yes, yes. And remember, yes, you have to feel very, very confident with yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much for your advice, Veronica. So now, Veronica, we have some pictures and we are going to ask you some questions related to these pictures. And here we go with the first picture. All right. Can you tell us why this picture is very important for you, Veronica?
Well, this picture was when I have to return to Ecuador. I went to Costa Rica in 2018. I got an opportunity in my institution to get the IB, the International Baccalaureate degree. Um, and I feel really proud of this privilege. I went with some colleagues, and we really enjoyed the seminars. We enjoyed this experience. It was the first time I was in a seminar like that. I was so motivated to continue working as an English teacher with this degree. And that picture was when I have to return to Ecuador. I was alone because my colleagues take another flight because I asked for permission to stay two more days in the weekend. Um, and a stranger took that picture, and I really enjoyed my smile and how I enjoyed this trip and the sensation of freedom. You know, uh, I travel alone without my parents, boyfriends, or friends, and that was the first time I visited a country abroad. And as you can see, if you can notice, I just have these sneakers or trainers that didn't match my outfit, because, well, you have to keep a few things, not as um and I really enjoyed that experience, and that makes me to always update, to always be in seminars, to practice. That's why I really love to to register. My friends, they make mock of myself of because they said you're always too busy, you're looking to seminars or things like that, stop that. And I said, no, I can't stop. Because, well, as I told you, I don't have my main degree, but I'm going to study the master degree, and that encouraged me to become a better teacher, to know as many things as I can learn from teachers, from my colleagues, but and showed all that knowledge in my classes.
Very good, interesting. Yes, you are a very active person, and now we are going to discover why. Because we have another nice picture. Well, I see we have two pictures, in fact. Well, thank you for your answer. But now we have another question for you, dear Veronica. Veronica, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this picture?
Well, this picture, uh, you took the picture. You took the picture. Well, uh, I, I love what I love about is register or enroll in new courses is the people you know, because you get to know and get along with people you love, people you consider yourself that are going to be a part of the rest of your life, and people to encourage you, to push you to become better. And that's a really good friend that I met last September when we started studying the pre-advanced models at International House here in Guayaquil, well, virtual classes. Um, and we started studying with our teacher, Miss Marion Georges. Um, we want to climb the Cotopaxi, so we traveled to Quito. uh, uh, with Rafael, this is Rafaela. She's a really good friend. She encouraged us to climb to the top of the mountain. We're not in the top. Maybe we are 5,000 meters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, I think I almost believe we couldn't make that, but we did it.
Yes, we did it.
We
Uh-huh.
we face all the cold, all the rain, the wine, everything to get that
Attitude,
moment.
yes.
It was really exciting moment we share. And I'm really glad we met, Maurice. I'm really glad having me here and spend time. I hope this is not going to be the last trip we have
Of
together.
course. Yes, yes, yes. We will remember that one of our plans is to go climbing in Chimborazo. So that will be our next step. Very good. Thank you. By the way, special greetings to Rafaela Vinuesa. Thank you so much, Rafaela. Thank you so much for all your friendship or for all your positive vibes. We really appreciate it. And special greetings to Heidi Saavedra, Armando Quispe, Raylish, Gabriel Montilla. Thank you so much, Fernando, Carla Piña, Belén Matabay. Thank you so much, David Puka. Thank you. They are watching the show right now. Okay, we have another question. No, no, no. The question is the same, but we have another picture. So the question again is, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this picture? Any surprises
Oh,
tonight?
yeah. Oh, that was our first time in Sovam
Mhm.
Korean restaurant. Um, that was a funny day because I have to I have to attend a meeting while we were eating and in the lunch. But what was funny and curious about is that Rafaela suggests us to make a speed dating. Well, if you don't know what is a speed dating, well, a speed dating is when you go to a place and they start changing their seats, and start talking with people and share a little bit of your time, and then start arrange a bell, and then you have to change and switch the seats. That was funny because that was the first time the first time uh, a friend suggests me, why don't we do a speed dating with our food? And I was, what, a speed dating with our food? And then was, yeah, why not? And then, okay, yeah, you want to share your food, and it's okay, let's do this. And so we start eating. um I was eating jajangmyeon, which is noodles with beans, black beans and noodles, and then Mauricio was eating yakisoba. It's a Japanese dish, and Rafaela was eating donkatsu. It's pork, fried pork, with this delicious sauce. That's delicious.
Wow.
Oh, I
Wow.
wish there were more Korean restaurants here in Guayaquil, because there are here three good Korean restaurants, and in Quito you have more. um, we start switching the chairs and trying this food, and well, at least we were alone in that area, because imagine that people looking at us what they are doing. They are crazy. But we were alone.
Yeah, well, it was a really, really an unforgettable experience. Well, actually, it was my first time eating at this Korean restaurant, but I truly, truly enjoyed the moment. And the most important, it was quite delicious. All the food that we ate there was simply the best. That was really, really fantastic. And thank you so much, Rafael and Veronica, for your invites, because wow, it was a pleasure to be with you, ladies, and enjoy this delicious food. Definitely. All right. Well, my dear Veronica, now we are going to have something like an icebreaker. Yes, because it's time to play. Okay, so feel comfortable now because we are going to start playing. Okay, so now let me explain the first game, the rules of the first game. Well, as you can see, Veronica, you have there a board with 9 numbers. You are going to choose 3 numbers in total, all right? And the idea of this game is to unhide and reveal the hidden picture. Of course, I am going to give you 3 clues. So you will have to unhide and reveal the pictures that we have over there. Okay, so let's begin. Can you choose the first number, please?
First number 6. My lucky number.
Okay, number 6. And the first clue is this is one of the most famous Japanese dishes. Any
Okay.
idea, maybe?
Yeah, I think, but well, let's see another
Or do you prefer to choose another number?
another number, maybe, because I see some noodles. Maybe I know the answer, but let's make let's make sure that is the right answer. What about number 2?
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Number
Number
2.
two.
Oh.
Okay. Well, this is a very nice clue. Well, this is
Yeah.
type of Japanese soup that contains noodles and egg.
Egg. Okay. Pork. Well, ramen.
You
I
got
think
it?
it's ramen. Ramen. Yeah.
The name of this Japanese dish? Ramen. Yes, very good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Now we can see it. Yes, this is one of the most famous Japanese dishes. This is a really delicious soup that contains some species, especially from egg and well many other things. So very good. In some cases, it contains chicken. In some cases, it contains pork. Well, but believe me, it's very good. Veronica. Okay, so now let's continue with our second game. All right, so our second game is called the Curious Wheel. Okay, so Veronica, as you can see, there we have a wheel. The wheel is divided into several sections. Each section contains 2 options. I am going to spin the wheel and I am going to ask you some questions. And you can answer and you can say, well, maybe both options, or you can choose only one, or maybe you can say neither and you have to tell us why. Okay, so let's begin with our first question. And our first question is, all right, Veronica,
Oh.
which do you
Oh.
prefer, dogs or cats?
Oh. Well, that's a difficult question to answer, because when I was a kid, I love I love my dogs. I have a French poodle. salchicha dog,
Uh-huh.
and I was fan of the dogs. But
Okay.
now I think I have to say that I prefer no I prefer cats, but I can decide because dogs, you can take them for a walk and you can get fun. But well, cats, they are fluffy and so lovely. And well, you have to choose. Well, cats in this time.
Okay, but remember that you can choose, and well, you can say both if you want. It's
Both.
another
Okay,
alternative.
both,
Yes.
both.
Yes, very
Well,
good. Excellent. Well, very good. Okay, so let's continue with our second question. Okay, so our second question is Veronica, which do you prefer, singing or dancing?
oh, singing or dancing. Uh, I have to say, both. Well,
Aha, perfect.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Just Dance, and I
Mhm.
think in the pandemic was a really good way to get in shape, or at least not let's lose these extra pounds you get overweight in the
Yeah,
pandemic.
wow. Mhm.
And
Everybody.
and it's
Mhm.
really yeah, and it's a good time. It's a good way to spend your time singing and
Mhm.
dancing, because they are so lovely songs that reminds you things or places, or just time you share with people. And that's why I
Mhm.
have to say both.
Yes, of course. Well, these two activities are fantastic. Okay, very good. Okay, let's continue with our third question. Okay, our third question is which social network do you prefer the most? Instagram or TikTok?
Could you believe I haven't have an account before the pandemic started? Well, before a few months ago, I recently create a TikTok account, and I sung this. We don't talk about Bruno, so but I have to say that I prefer Instagram because I haven't create TikToks, just a few ones. And when
Mhm.
I'm with my friends, with my colleagues, they say, "Well, let's make a TikTok." Okay, okay, you record it, you tell me what I have to do. Okay, I'm going to, but so Instagram's better, and you can also in Instagram. I love to watch many ideas that you can do with your makeups, or stylish your hair, or outfits. And yeah, I think
Mhm.
TikTok is more if when you want to laugh.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see. What about our next question? Okay, so our next question is okay, Verito, which flavor do you prefer the most?
Definitely
Chocolate or
chocolate,
vanilla?
chocolate, chocolate. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
chocolate.
okay.
I really love. I really well, before the pandemic, I used to go to many ice cream shops, and I used to try or taste chocolate flavor in each one. So I really love uh, Gran Cacao chocolate and sorbeto in Guayaquil. Here, I
Mhm.
love that because of the bittersweet and the huge flavor of cacao. It's
Oh,
delicious.
wow, yeah, it is. Of course. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's see now. What about our last question from the Curious Wheel? Okay, and our last question is all right, Veronica, which sport do you prefer the most, basketball or chess?
It's a shame. I don't remember how to play chess, but I used to play it with a friend when I was in primary school.
Mhm.
But I used to belong to the basketball team in my high school and primary school too. So
Okay.
I have to say that basketball.
Okay, perfect. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so thank you so much for your answers. Very good. And now, Veronica, it's time to play our third game. Okay, so let's see. Well, our third game is called Let Us Know. Okay, as you can see, We have a board with 15 numbers, well, 15 cards. Each card contains some questions. And here we are going to know a little bit more about the things that you like or the things that you love. Okay, so you will have to choose 5 cards in total. Okay, so let's begin. Can you choose the first card, please?
Six.
Number 6. And the question is, Veronica, what's your favorite kind of music?
Okay, my favorite kind of music is pop music because
Mhm.
I really was a huge fan of Ashley Simpson. That was in 2000,
Mhm.
2006, 2003, and also I really love Katy Perry, uh,
Okay.
Bruno Mars. Yeah, I think I'm into pop music. But if I have to say, days ago, I discovered, well, not discovered, but some friends are telling me, well, we should go to Daddy Yankee's concert. And I was Daddy Yankee concert, but I'm not into reggaeton. But when I search for Daddy Yankee's hit,
Mhm.
oh, I know most of the hits. That was there were the songs that they used to play in the kermesse or in my school when I
Mhm.
started secondary school. So I was like, ah. I was amazed with that, but no, I don't think I'm going to the Yankees concert.
Okay. Well, you are not the only one, Verito. You are not the only one. In my case, I am not a big fan of reggaeton, but to be honest, I really like to dance reggaeton. I really like to listen to reggaeton. However, if you ask me the author of this song or who is singing, to be honest, I don't know very much about uh, artists or singers of this type of music. However, as you mentioned before, if I play the hits of Daddy, I know that most of them are very familiar for me. So you are not the only one. Okay, perfect, perfect, Berito. Let's go on with our next card. Okay, Veronica, can you choose the second card, please?
Five.
Number 5.
Number five.
And the question is, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. My favorite typical food is seco de pollo.
Oh,
Seco de pollo.
delicious.
Uh, but if I have to say about international food, I will say that I really am into Asian food
Mhm.
like ramen or sushi or tteokbokki. Yeah, I got fascinated that every time if I have to go out um and we have to choose a restaurant, I'll definitely choose this kind of restaurants
All
instead of
right.
typical food because typical food you can cook at home,
That's
you
right.
know.
Maybe do you like spicy food?
Yeah. I really love gochujang. That it's a
Hmm.
spicy food from Korea, and it's but it's sometimes it's too spicy that you can eat it. But if you take water or soda, but sometimes not good for your teeth. Spicy.
Hmm. I know. Okay, perfect. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go on with our third card. Can you choose the third card, please?
Okay, this is the last one. Okay, I'm going to choose 15.
Number 15. All right. What's your favorite word in English?
This
That
is
is an
funny.
interesting question.
This is funny because because as I mentioned, we start studying because teachers always have to study a lot more than the students. We were studying pre-advanced models at International House, and we really laugh a lot in the last model, and we learn new words because sometimes we have to learn fancy words,
Hmm.
formal words to academic writing, essays or letters or proposals or reviews, and then you know words that you haven't heard in your life, and you have no idea if you're going to use it. But the word that I recently discovered and I really like and it's funny, flabbergasted.
Oh,
I'm
really?
flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, with Rafaela, we laugh a lot about this word because it's a word that is when you are surprised. You
Mhm.
have no words to explain something. You are flabbergasted.
Okay, how we passed it. All
And
right, perfect.
the formal way is taking aback. Taking aback.
Okay.
So you what's that word? There. See one level words.
Yeah,
See one level
that's right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay,
words.
perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we have two more cards. We have two more cards, so go ahead. Can you choose the fourth
Okay,
card?
I'm going to choose number 8.
Number 8. And the question is, what's your favorite season?
Winter. I don't have winter here in Ecuador, but I wish I could have winter here. Or I wish I could travel abroad to Canada or London or Japan or Korea to
Mhm.
to be in winter. But well, in winter season they have told me that it's too expensive. So you can't afford a ticket, or you have to book the ticket before many days before, months before. Winter because I really love the outfits that you can use there, and you can mix all these lovely hoodies with the clothing, the boots, the scarf. You can create the styles that you're not get used to here in Guayaquil, that we are 30, 31 Celsius degree. Imagine that. And also because you can make some winter sports, like go ice skating or snowboard. I wish I could do some sports here.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. So, winter. Perfect. Okay, let's go with our last card, please.
Our last girl. Let me see. Let me see. Well, number 4.
Number 4. And the question is, what's your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby. I have to say that I love dancing, just dance or playing video games with some friends. And you make yourself active because of the pandemic. It's really difficult to do these activities. That helps me a lot in the pandemic. Um,
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much for your answers. Okay, we are done. Excellent. Okay, well, my dear Verito, now we have our last questions for you. So, our first question is, Veronica, what country would you like to visit and why?
well, if I have the opportunity to visit a country, I would really like to go to Japan. uh, because
Wow,
well,
that sounds great.
it's a dream that I have since I was a teenager. Well, since I was a kid, and because of the culture, because of the food, because of the mountains, the cherry blossom season, and also Korea. But well, maybe next year, maybe I have the opportunity to visit these countries. I have to save money for this, and also, well, I told you that I want to do the master degree, so I'm thinking about the master degree, the trip, master degree, trip, master degree. I can decide yet,
Wow, it
but
sounds interesting.
yeah, sounds interested, but sometimes you have to think about the things that uh, you prefer in your life. But sometimes you have to think about if you have the opportunity to take it, you have to take the opportunity in that moment. And also, if I have the opportunity to travel to these countries, I really would like to take a course because I used to learn Korean years years ago before the pandemic at King Sejong Institution. And well, Japanese when I was younger, when I was like 10 years ago. But sometimes those are your dreams that you want to accomplish your teenager dreams that you want to reach. Well, sometimes when you get older, you have some professionals things to you want to do, and you have to think about these these dreams, and you can decide. But I will tell you next year if I what decision I took.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe
probably in our,
both. Maybe
probably in
both.
probably in our next interview for sure, for sure. Yes, very good. Thank you. Okay, dear Berito, our second question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years. Well, as I mentioned, I graduated from SPOL. My master's degree is not an English teacher, but that's why I'm always pushing myself to update be in seminars, in courses, and become a better teacher, because there is something you can improve of yourself to make the classes better for your students. So in 10 years, I would like to be, well, I would like to become um, the, well, CELEX coordinator, or maybe a CELEX teacher, or if not at a school, maybe at in the University of Quito, maybe San Francisco. Well, I would like to be in these institutions, being an English teacher, um, and creating creating these first, like languages first, because to include many cultures, and that's what I really love about it. Uh, you get people to know more languages, through the food, to the culture, to the games that they have, to the customs, and I think I would like to develop these kinds of things.
All right, perfect. Very good. Okay, Veronica, our last question is, if you could make only three wishes, what would they be and why?
Well, three wishes. Well, I really will like my auntie, because she raised me up. She never died. I wish that could be possible, because you never want your grandparents or your parents or aunties or uncles to die. That's something that we have to face in life, and it's really difficult to think about that one day they are not going to be with you, but all the education, all the advices, all the time you share with them, they are in your heart forever. So I wish she could be stay with me forever. Um, my second wish, well, I would love to have an airplane, an airplane, and travel around the world. That will be amazing. Imagine that. That would be
Mhm,
amazing. You can
mhm,
travel around the world in an airplane.
mhm.
My third wish. My third wish. Well, I have to say that my third wish I would like to be able to learn some languages, to memorize them, and be able to talk them, or be a translator. That would be amazing too.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. Very good. Well, they sound very, very interesting. Thank you. Thank you so much, Veronica, for sharing those wishes with all of us. Perfect. Well, we are almost done. So now, dear Veronica, it's time to read all the messages that people sent us to our Facebook Live and also to our YouTube Live chats. And here we go. Well, Heidi Saavedra says Miss Veronica is the best of the best. Thank you so much, Heidi Saavedra, for watching Masterpiece Show. Okay, Armando Quispe says, hello, hello. Hello, Armando. Thank you, Armando, for watching Masterpiece Show. Well, Hero Break says Miss Veronica is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for your message. All right. Lord Dragon says, "Oh my God, Miss Veronica." Okay, thank you so much.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Well, Raylish says, "Hey Vero, it's amazing to see you here." Thank you so much. Very good, excellent. Well, you have many fans. Very good. Okay. Well, Gabriel Montilla de Aguiar says, "Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for watching Masterpiece Show." Coco Senseis, well, sent you these nice stickers. Thank you so much. These happy faces. Thank you so much. Fernando says, incredible interview. Congratulations for all your projects. Good luck and never give up. Thank you so much, Fernando. Well, Fernando sent you a nice sticker. Well, but here during the live session, we cannot see it, but then you can check it out in the comment section. Thank you, Fernando. Okay, Carla Piña says, hello, hello. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for watching Masterpiece Show. Belén Matabay says, special greetings and success for Veronica. Keep on going, my dear friend. Thank you so much, Belén, for watching Masterpiece Show. Lord Dragon, well, Lord Dragon was asking this question, and Veronica already answered. So thank you for your interesting question. Patty Carwa says, "Congratulations, Veronica, for your good job. God bless you every single day. Thank you so much." And Patty also sent you this nice sticker. Thank you so much, Patty. And we have another. Yes, Lisette Santa Maria says, "Special greetings and many blessings for you, Veronica." Okay, thank you so much for your messages. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching Masterpiece Show. And thank you so much for sending us our wonderful messages. Well, before I forget, I have to send a special greetings to Franklin Quinchiwango. Thank you so much, Franklin, for watching Masterpiece Show. We have here Andreita Potter. Thank you so much, Andreita Potter, for watching Masterpiece Show. Special greetings to Belén Matabay, David Puca, Lisette Santa Maria. Thank you so much. Raylish, thank you so much. We have here Heidi Saavedra, Armando Quispe, Hero Break, Lord Dragon, Gabriel Montilla, Coco Sensei, Fernando, Carla Piña, Belén Matabay, Lord Dragon, Patty Carwa, and Lisette Santa Maria again. Thank you. Thank you so much for your nice messages. All right. Well, my dear Veronica, we are done. So now, if you have your last message or if you want to send special greetings to someone, now you can do it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much for my dearest friend who are watching me. I really appreciate you dedicate this time for me, and I hope we can see you soon. I'm planning and make up some plans to travel, maybe abroad or here in Ecuador. And I would like to tell you to everyone who is watching us that if you want to develop your English skills, uh, don't quick. Don't, you have to overcome. If you think you can't do this, you're going to make it if you practice day by day, if you dedicate a little bit of your time or in a week. It's worth it because these days English is everywhere. If you want to study master degree, or if you want to study at university, sometimes you're going to study English, and it's better you get used to this language because through this language you can make more friends. You can get involved in many activities that will help you in your professional develop. Um, you will feel satisfied with yourself because you can improve your abilities. And so keep going. Don't quick to this language because it's really, really, really useful, and it's going to make you a better future for you.
Very good. Thank you so much for your message. And once again, Veronica, thank you so much for being here, sharing your awesome story. Thank you so much for inspiring other people to continue studying, to continue doing their best. Thank you so much. And we hope to have you here in our show very, very soon. Thank you so much, Veronica.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you so much to all people who were watching this show. Remember that you can follow us on Instagram and also on Facebook. And remember to subscribe on our official YouTube channel. We are Andivisa Producciones. And there you can find all our interviews. So, thank you so much. Remember that next Thursday we will have another very, very special guest in our show. So we will be waiting for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Veronica. Have a good night. And thank you so much to all people who were watching this show. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye.